Hi everyone, this is Frederick, the founder of Freedom Mastery and the Law of Attraction Planner. I'm making this video to ask you three important questions. How are you preparing yourself for the coronavirus emotionally? How are you preparing yourself financially? And how are you preparing yourself health-wise? I believe these are really important questions to ask yourself right now. The reason I'm making this video is because I would like to share with you what I've been doing myself in the last 3 weeks to prepare myself and my family members for what's happening all around the world right now. Now, I do want to let you know that this is very serious. Yes, it's spreading all around the world, and it's going to spread much, much faster in the coming months, and even in the coming weeks and days. So it's very important to get prepared. Now, most of you will be safe because you're healthy. You don't need to be worried or be in fear, but it's really important to be prepared and not to react, but to be responsive and take the right action in this situation. So that's why I would like you to reflect on those three questions I just asked you. How are you preparing yourself emotionally? How are you preparing yourself financially? And how are you preparing yourself health-wise? If you think that you're already prepared and you already answered these questions, please answer these questions below in the comments. It could help some other people who are watching this video. My intention of creating this video is I really want to help as many people around the world to get the right information, to prepare themselves, because this could save many, many, many people's life. And that's why I decided in the next coming weeks I will release more videos on how I'm preparing myself and all the things that I'm reading about the coronavirus. I've been studying myself for the last few weeks from many experts on what's really happening, what is the truth, what is not the truth, and how you can prepare yourself. So the first thing is you got to take this serious, and we got to take responsibility. You see, if we are waiting for the government to resolve this is not going to happen. It's we as individuals that got to take action to make sure this stops spreading. And the first thing you can do about that is just stay at home. And if you're not staying at home, just go to nature by yourself, but don't socialize. And this is the biggest challenge that's been happening in Italy and in Spain. They took way too late action. It's spreading really fast. A lot of people are dying because people were not staying at home. People are socializing. They're still meeting people. A lot of youngsters, they don't care because statistically the younger people have a very low chance of dying. And that's why they're still mingling around. But what they don't realize is by mingling around, we are risking our older family members and people we care about. And it's our responsibility, even if we don't feel sick, not to socialize, because many of us, it's proven that 80% of the people will not even feel really sick. So they could be a carrier of the virus and spread it to other people, but never realize they're sick. So it's important, if you're not sick, if you're not well, to still stay at home and not socialize. So this is the number one thing we can do to stop this. If we don't do that, just to give you an idea, I took some stats about that, is if you just keep socializing, within 30 days you can infect more than 406 people if you are infected and you don't know about it. Just within 30 days if you are not taking your responsibility. Now, if you do take your responsibility and you stay at least 50% more at home, you could only infect 15 people. You can see the difference by just halving your social activity. You infect way less people than those who are very active in social lives. And if you reduce your social activity to 75%, you basically will only infect a few individuals if you are infected. And if you stay just at home and you're not going outside, basically you don't infect anybody. So this is the first thing we all got to do, is to stay at home if we can and to take some time off for yourself. This is the perfect time to reflect on your life, to take some time for solitude, to do the practices that you know that are really powerful, that also teach in Law of Attraction, is to meditate more, visualize more, reflect on your life, ask yourself deep questions. This is the time to use the Law of Attraction Planner, reflect deeper on your life and set goals and find out what do you want to manifest in your life in the coming years. So this is the time for you to take time for yourself and your loved ones. Really, really important. So this is the number one thing we can do to stop this. If we still socialize, and this is happening, for example, in Milan, Italy, the government say everybody to stay home, but people are not listening. They're still going out, they're socializing, and it's basically killing a lot of people by doing that. So we got to take responsibility. So I hope we can all do that. Myself, I've been isolating myself more than a week now. Even I have no sign of any disease or any virus. I just decided to stay at home and spend time in nature. 3 weeks ago, I found out about this. I normally had an appointment to go meet the Dalai Lama in India. I was traveling with my family in India, and we found out the Dalai Lama cancelled all social gatherings because of the coronavirus. So I have decided at the time, okay, we also got to take action and prepare ourselves for it. So I decided to move out of India, because India is not the safest place to be, because they don't have enough hospitals, they don't have enough support. So I decided which country around the world, as a world traveler, is the safest place. So I decided to go to New Zealand. So I'm now in New Zealand, and we're just gonna spend time here, enjoying nature and just isolating ourselves, and then seeing how we can help the people around the world. So this is the first thing we got to do, is we got to isolate ourselves. The second thing we can do is boost our immune system. Now this is something very simple we all can do by taking lots more vitamin C. There's a lot of research and studies that's proven in China to help a lot of people with the coronavirus with high amounts of vitamin C. Now this is not fully guaranteed yet. They're doing a long-term study now on the vitamin C, but a lot of people from their own experience have been sharing that high levels of vitamin C has helped them to recover from it by just taking 5 grams of vitamin C. Every 4 to 6 hours you take 1 gram of vitamin C. That's something you should do just to prevent. If you catch something, you want to move this up to 10 grams to 15 grams of vitamin C during one day. This will increase your immunity, because why are older people dying? It's because their immunities are lower. Another statistic that you got to know is that 99% of the people who are dying in Italy and all around the world are people who had some kind of illness, which means they have high blood pressure, diabetes, heart problems, cancer. They had something already happening in their body, and that's why their immune system was low and this virus attacked them. Very important to know, if you have high blood pressure now, because a lot of people have, 75% of the people who died had high blood pressure. So it's very important, if you have high blood pressure, isolate yourself and get your blood pressure under control. Now, it doesn't mean because you have high blood pressure you're going to die. I'm not saying that. I don't want you to panic and worry, but I want you to get prepared. This is the moment to prepare, not to worry and panicking, but to take action and get prepared. And if you do that, I believe you will be safe and your family members will be safe. So this is a really important statistic. So make sure your immune system is good. Another thing that you can do to boost your immune system is take lots of vitamin D. Most people have a shortage of vitamin D. If you live in a country like Mexico, Malaysia, Singapore, a country where it's very hot and warm and where it's summer, within 11 o'clock and 2 p.m. In the day you have high vitamin D, so you can sit in the sun and absorb a lot of vitamin D. Most countries don't have enough, so you need to take more vitamin D. Now, how much vitamin D should you take? Ideally 10,000 to 50,000 units of vitamin D combined with K2, MK7. It's very important to combine those both, because else you don't have efficient absorption, and ideally also with magnesium. Now, if there's any case that you do catch something and you feel that you're either getting sick or something has happened, it's very important to increase it to 150,000 to 200,000 units of vitamin D. This is something I learned from Dr. Grundy, which is a personal doctor for Tony Robbins. He recommends that everybody increases their vitamin D levels. So this is super important, because your vitamin D is one of your main components, main hormones actually, that help you increase your immunity. And most people, 90% of the people, have a shortage of vitamin D. I had a shortage when I entered in India. My vitamin D level was only at 28%. I spent a lot of time in the sun at the right moments, and I increased my levels of vitamin D to 100+%. So how to do that is to get midday of sun vitamin D, not when the sun is too low. So vitamin D, very important. Another thing you can do is take more quercetin. Quercetin is another thing that really helps to boost your immunity. I'm going to make a separate video about this, on all the things you can do to increase your immunity, because this could be a longer video talking about that. So I'm going to make a separate video about all the proven techniques that you can do to increase your immunity. Now, the next thing you got to do is, how are you preparing yourself emotionally for it? Because a lot of people will have to isolate themselves. They will suddenly have to stay in a small place if you don't have a lot of nature around. And there are going to be a lot of conflicts with family happening, because you have a lot of people have fear, and they are in one place and they're worried. So first of all, stop worrying, because it doesn't help anything. Stop living in fear. Most people are not going to die from this. There are a lot of people probably going to die from this if we don't stop it. The reality is that to get a vaccination out there, it's going to probably take at least 6 months, but many experts say it's 12 to 18 months. So I would say don't wait for that. It's going to happen eventually, but you got to prepare yourself, and that's what you got to do by not socializing so much, or not socializing at all if you can, and just stay at home if your work allows it. So that's the one thing you got to do. So waiting for medication to treat this is also going to take time. There are some medicines that have been proven to work, but it's not 100% proven yet. And a lot of testing still has to happen. So we are still not in that phase. In the next 3 to 6 months, the numbers are going to be worse and millions of people will get infected worldwide. Now, so we got to prepare ourselves for that. So how are you preparing yourself emotionally for that? So really important. So I do a separate video on things that I know that work that you can do, but I'm asking you this question. If you have some good ideas, you can share it below in this video. Another thing to prepare yourself, get some food storage, 2-3 weeks of food storage, very important. Especially if you're living in a country, in a place where they don't produce enough food for themselves, because a lot of the transportation companies have stopped. So a lot of the countries that don't produce not enough food for themselves, they're actually going to get a shortage eventually. Most people don't need to worry about this because people in US and Europe, they should have more than enough food supply. But still, it's good to have a 2-3 week of food supply at home. You can always eat it, so don't worry about it, but at least you feel more safe, you feel prepared. Another thing is get a mask if you still can get a mask. Many countries are sold out, but get a mask if you can. Now, do masks work? Yes, they work, especially in stop spreading it. Because if people cough and they sneeze in the mask, it contains it. Now, does it 100% protect you if you're walking around? No. There's still a lot of proof that people still get infected. Now, it's much better to wear a mask than not, because it reduces your chance up to 5 times of getting the virus. Another thing very important is always wash your hands with soap for 20 seconds in hot water. Do it properly. Really, really important. Make sure whatever you touch, like the door, the bottom of the elevator, that you always use either gloves or you need to wash your hand, and don't touch your face, because that's how you spread it to yourself, is by touching your mouth, touching your nose, touching your eyes. And it's proven that we touch our eyes, nose and mouth many times during an hour. So it's something we do unconsciously. So you also want to make sure that you watch that. So make sure that you have some gloves. And actually, when I was traveling from India to New Zealand 3 weeks ago, I was passing through Hong Kong. Hong Kong already had some cases, and I could see how prepared they are. That's why the virus is not spreading there. People are isolating themselves immediately. They're listening. They're all wearing masks. They're wearing gloves. I even saw people walking around with goggles and full suits. Working in the airport, they were prepared, and that's why it's not spreading there. Most of us in Europe and US, we are not taking it serious. We're thinking it's just a flu. We're not taking it serious, and we're just walking around. And this is going to cost a lot of lives if we don't listen and take action. So I really hope, and please take action. Even if you are one of the young individuals, do it for your older loved ones. Do it for the others, because if you don't do it, you could spread it and it could kill many people. So please listen to it and take action. This is how we can stop it. So get some food prepared, get some cash prepared. Very important. Probably a lot of banks will start closing. They're not going to close forever, but they're going to close for some time. So it could be that you don't get enough cash. So make sure you have a cash reserve, that you have enough cash for yourself so you can buy things if you need them. This is really important. Get enough vitamin C, get enough vitamin D. I will do a separate video on what supplements I'm taking myself and what I'm preparing myself to have at home to take care of my health and to boost my immunity. And then the most important is keep a positive mindset. You see, at the end of the day, this will also pass. This is not something that's going to stay here forever. It could take 6 months, it could take 12 months, it could take 18 months. But whatever we can do is we can mentally prepare and emotionally support our loved ones. And how do we do that the best? Not by fearing, worrying or panicking, but yes, by taking it serious, taking the proper action, being precautious and staying positive, because eventually this is also going to pass. And we're going to learn our lessons out of this, and we're going to grow it. So it's very important. If you notice you were not prepared now, write down what did you learn from this, what lessons did you learn, so the next time this happens, because guarantee over the next 10, 20 years, 30 years, this could happen again. It could be even a much more deadly virus. So it's very important we prepare ourselves more upfront. Another video that I will make is how you can financially benefit from this. Yes, the markets are crashing. We are officially in a bear market. If you have cash reserve, this is a perfect opportunity. You will be able to grow your net worth a lot. I've been preparing myself for the last 5-10 years a lot because I know eventually we're going to have another bear market and crash, and you can benefit from this financially. Now, if you don't, write down the lessons you learned from it, because you can prepare yourself if this happens again in the future. And I want to make a separate video about how you can prepare yourself financially and what you can do to increase your savings. Another opportunity you have right now is to work from home. There's a lot of opportunities to work from home. I'm going to make another video on all the things you can do to start making some money from home. I've been working from home myself since I was 18 years old. So that's now almost 22 years. I've been traveling around the world working from home. So I can give a lot of tips on how you can make money from home. Now, this is something you don't do very fast because during the crisis, a lot of people are less spending, so it's much harder to actually make money, but there is still a lot of opportunity for you to make money to provide for your family. The most important now is we got to stay positive. This will pass. We got to have a positive vision that we're going to learn from it, and that we're going to respect each other more, love each other more, be more prepared, and we're also going to respect Mother Earth and nature more, because I believe this is also a lesson for us to learn that we are very vulnerable. We got to learn to appreciate life. We got to learn to appreciate this planet and respect the planet. So they say the virus comes from eating wildlife. I'm very happy that finally in China they put a new law that it's forbidden to eat wildlife. But I think we got to learn a lesson here, that we got to learn to respect nature, protect nature, and then also in this way protect ourselves and our future. So I'm gonna prepare many more videos to come in the next few weeks to help you out. I hope this video has been helping you. If it's been helping you, please share your comments below. If there's any questions you have that you'd like me to talk about in next coming videos, or any advice you would like to give me. Now, I'm just giving my personal advice from my own experience and what I'm learning from experts. I'm studying on this every single day, and my intention is to share the best things I learn, because this could save a lot of people's lives. So this is my intention why I'm creating this video. Remember, this is the perfect time for you to meditate more, to sit quiet, to learn to sit quiet, to learn to quiet your mind. The perfect time to reflect on your life, to give love and support to the people you care about, and to write down your goals, to reflect on your life, to visualize it. Use the planner for that, and it will help you to create a more positive vision, and not to be in fear and to worry all the time, but to create a positive outcome for all of us. So I love you guys. Again, ask yourself this question: how are you preparing yourself emotionally? How are you preparing yourself health-wise? And how are you preparing yourself financially? Please share in the comments below. I love you guys, and stay safe. Please stay at home, and everything will be okay. Take care.